Welcome back to Taja's Garden. I'm the gardening realtor, and today we are winter sowing. So winter sowing is a method of turning milk jugs or plastic containers like this, bottles. You could use a 2-liter soda bottle and turn it into a little mini greenhouse. So if you are in zones 8 and below, this is going to be the absolute perfect method for you to start your seeds outdoors. If you don't have any access to indoor setup, if you don't have grow lights or a heating pad, winter sowing is going to be your best friend. We're going to be cutting these bottles open halfway, almost halfway, drilling some holes in the very bottom to allow some drainage, filling it up with soil and planting our seeds. And the last step will be to wrap duct tape to close up the bottles. Looks good. So we just have 3 bottles right now, and then once I get more, I will start some more. As of right now, I don't have a lot of seeds that I'm going to be starting with the winter sowing method because I've already started a lot indoors. But while he's completing the other 2, let's go get the seeds. This is what I have indoors so far. I have a good amount of broccoli, collards, and kale, Swiss chard back there, pak choi. And in here I have lavender, dill, basil, and eggplant. Down here I have all lettuce. And down here I have onion. So I have bunching onion, red burgundy bulbing onion, and Vidalia sweet onions. Once these sprout, I'm going to move them up here. There's a lot of space in the back. And then I have 2 extra rows to start my tomatoes and peppers whenever the time is right. So the question is, what am I going to be starting outside in the winter sowing containers? And that is going to be cauliflower, celery, and broccoli. And I'm actually going to be comparing the growth of my broccoli that I started indoors versus the broccoli that I'm doing in this winter sowing method. So we have our containers, and you can just open it like this if you want to do anything with the seedlings, and whenever they're ready to come out, this gives you easy access. At the very bottom of the container, we have our holes drilled enough for drainage. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes, and you can do as many as you would like. The more the better, actually, just to make sure that your seedlings don't drown. If you overwater your seedlings, it takes out all of the oxygen in the soil and it actually suffocates the roots of your plants. So you want to definitely make sure that you have drainage in the bottom of these.
No.
Put a little bit more soil in here because once you start watering, the soil is always going to go down a little bit. You always want to make sure that you put the tags in there so you remember what you're growing in each. You don't want to have to wait until the whole growing season is over before you know what you planted. We're gonna start off with our celery, and celery actually takes a really long time to sprout and to grow. We're gonna go ahead and start with that. And these seeds are really small, so we're just gonna slightly surface sow these, and you don't have to cover them. You can gently pat it down. Make sure you don't have any stuck on your hand. And that one is done. Next, we are going to cauliflower. I'm going to be very generous with this, and I have a little tool here where I can just poke a slight hole. Right, we're done with cauliflower. Now last is broccoli, and cauliflower and broccoli is in the same family, so those leaves are going to look similar. So you most definitely want to make sure that you put some tags out so you know what you're growing. I'm going to go ahead and water it a little bit with our rainwater, and then we will cover it up. Don't need a lot of water. There's really no reason to open this top. When they sprout, it's completely fine, because whenever you wrap it with the duct tape, it's still going to let some air in, which you definitely need some type of air just to make sure that you reduce any risk of downy mildew or the dampening off disease, which normally happens when there's no air circulation. So the fact that this duct tape is not going to make it airtight actually helps with that. If it is really hot outside, you want to make sure that you take this off just to vent it. And if the temperatures are consistently warm in that week, you're going to want to make sure you keep it off. And you don't have to water as often either, because since this container is going to be closed, all the moisture is going to stay inside. You don't have to worry about it evaporating and going anywhere. Where's your knife?
The duct tape is pretty easy.
Oh, tearing it?
Tear it down.
I'm just going to do one layer, and you can see there's still some space. There's still some space under here, which is going to allow a little bit of air to go in. You don't need too much, but it's also going to keep in that moisture. Now, what are we doing with these? We are actually going to sit this in the garden where it can get full sun. And since my garden is in full sun, it's the perfect spot. So if you live somewhere that gets a lot of wind, you want to make sure that you put them really close together to avoid them tipping over. And this is going to help just protect the seedlings while they are growing. While I'm already out here, I'm going to go ahead and sow my carrots, beets, and radishes. And I'm going to sow them over here in this bed that I had this volunteer tomato plant in. It was exciting watching it sprout when it wasn't supposed to. These are some carrots that's still growing. So I'm just going to chaos garden these carrots. And these are bambino. Wait, no, they're not. These are tender sweet. I normally grow tender sweet and bambino. It looks like I grabbed the wrong two because this one is empty. I'm gonna make a decent little trench. I'm gonna start with beets. Water that in. And there you go. All right, well, that is how you winter sow. If you are living in zones 8 and below, this is a perfect method for you. If you are living in 9 and up, you don't actually have to winter sow. You can just go ahead and sow the seeds directly in the ground. Winter sowing allows for the seeds to have that cold period, so it can just sprout naturally without anything in nature affecting it. Like, you don't have to worry about animals coming and taking the seeds. You don't have to worry about the wind blowing the seeds away. So that is the special part of winter sowing. That's the special thing about winter sowing. But if you are living in zones 9 and up, you can actually just go ahead and sow it directly in the ground, and it'll start to sprout whenever it's ready to sprout. It'll be the same process as winter sowing without the greenhouse effect. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And if you want to be a part of an amazing gardening community on Facebook, head on over to Facebook, type in Prosper and Plant, and I'll see you over there.